Let the music play for a little bit in the beginning and just builds up to this beautiful, almost post-rock style, like crescendo. It's really nice. And the piano theme is just so simple and beautiful. I really like it. It reminds me of To the Moon and the piano themes a little bit. Anyway, let's get going. Hello, this is Pirani, and I'm playing Her Story again. Last time we found Eve told us that at what point in their marriage? At some point in their marriage, I think after the baby was gone, and they moved in at their dead parents' house, at Hannah's dead parents' house. She told Simon, well, I have this sister that is basically that I have been sharing you with over some time also, and I want her to move in with us because she's pregnant. And Simon didn't take it so well, I think. So let's just assume that Eve is pregnant, and that would make Eve the person, if she's telling the truth that she is there and pregnant, to be the one that is there on the 27th. On the 1st, it's Eve too, I think, by the way. Anyway, let's look for the next words that I have here. Let's cross diary and sister off the thing, because I already watched for that. I want to just cross words off that I don't think I'll find anything for. Already had this one, okay. Already had this one. Did I look for the word wedding already? Apparently, if I haven't, I've at least seen all the clips. Oh, 3 new suspect clips. That is cool.
When you suspect someone of murdering their husband.
That is when what happens? Is she? Oh, I just said. I think it's... I think it's Eve. I don't know. I don't know who that is.
Okay. So you want to eliminate me as a suspect? That should eliminate me as a suspect. If I was in Glasgow, can't be in 2 places at once.
Well, she definitely acts like she's Hannah in here, I think. And she also actually seems like she has something to hide. Which is probably the death, the murder aspect of the whole thing. The suspect, because there's only one. So, I think I've been looking for Glasgow already. Oh, I haven't seen all. Well, okay, let's look at these then.
So I got in the car and I drove. And just kept driving north. Just kept going, just wanted to get as far away as I could. When I finally stopped, I was all the way up in Glasgow. I was so tired. I just had to sleep.
Why was she trying to get away? Maybe I should know, or maybe we don't know the context yet. I can't remember, at least, so...
No, I don't think so. Glasgow was deserted that early in the morning.
Oh, Glasgow deserted. That is like saying her, nobody saw me. Para paraphrasing, I guess. Okay, I should look for the word spelled correctly. Well, if this all doesn't... Hotel, how do I look for hotel? Okay, wedding night in Brighton. And there's a vacation with Simon. And I have the feeling that's two different people. Anyway. This is right before this one. Only 3 seconds long, okay.
And the hotel said he was there?
Okay. Why is the guitar like on the table in the first place? Okay, I see what she has to say.
No. No, Simon didn't play guitar. He wasn't very musical. He liked to listen, but he was tone deaf.
Ah. But she does, right?
Yes. Yeah, it's my guitar.
Yeah, so...
Yes.
Oh, sorry, I didn't want to do that. So we have her playing the guitar on the one day later. So they bring the guitar to see if she's the same person, because they suspect that they are twins. But... Okay, well, that doesn't bring us anywhere, does it? July 3rd, 12 o'clock, pretty late, and a 47 seconds clip. Maybe that is some interesting stuff in there.
It's like I told you before. I drove. I took the car and drove. I don't have my own car, but I have a spare set of keys. I just drove north. I wanted to think, put some space between me and them. Everything I told you before is true. I stopped at Glasgow. I was tired, exhausted. I pulled out and I hit a car. My car was okay, but I was worried about the baby, so I went to A&E to get the okay. Everything was fine. Slept in the car. When I woke, I tried to call Hannah from a payphone. She wasn't answering. And then I decided to drive back. I had decided that she was more important to me than Simon.
Without trying to make it an alibi, because everything is all on the table already. Well, okay. Oh, there's a new one. Let's watch this. Typing in random words is so fun, actually. But yeah, let's see this first.
I thought it made me sound suspicious. It's not a normal thing to do, to drive to the other end of the country. I wanted to keep it simple. I know it was stupid not to tell you everything. Saying I spent the night in Glasgow when my husband went missing, I thought it would, distract you from what was important. It's different now. Now he's
dead. Now that he's dead. Okay, and didn't wanna tell about Glasgow in the beginning. So what words do I have left? I have the word car or cars.
I wasn't in the house all of Friday night. After the argument, after Simon left, I left too. I was upset and I wanted to get away. So I took the car.
After the argument, which is apparently the argument of Hannah and Simon when Hannah told him about Eve, I guess. Took the car. 27th, I think it's Eve. I don't know who it is we're talking to.
I left the next day, Saturday. I slept for a few hours in the car. When I woke up, I came straight back. Simon wasn't returning my calls and I wanted to try and make up. I got back to the house and Simon wasn't there. And I... Is there a bin?
Okay. I don't know how you write that. Okay, don't judge me, I'm not English. Speaking native, whatever, mother tongue. So, she comes back from her Glasgow trip and then she finds him. Is that how it works? By the way, still not sure if Simon or Eve, unfortunately.
Yeah. I pulled over and slept in the car. This was just by the side of the road. I was exhausted.
Detective Sergeant, which is probably for seeing 50% of all achievements, I guess? I don't know. Sleeping on this side of the road, sleeping in the car, like this is like the 10th, well, not the 10th, but the 3rd or something, video of her telling something like that. Whatever, because I don't think it's really important, but who knows. So there's a van and there's a Cavalier, and both just in that one thing. I get it. Two new clips, awesome.
He has a wallet, a huge silly thing, leather, real leather, I think. He packs it full of stuff, business cards, receipts, lottery tickets. He always carries it in his back pocket. I think that's why he's got a bad back. He sets the discs. I haven't seen it, so he must have it on him. He always takes it out of his back pocket before, when he comes in, if he's in the house. No, he was as shy as me. I asked a friend to ask him out for me. We had our first date at the Odeon in North End. We went to see Risky Business. I had on my one best dress. Simon paid, and he bought me a Whisper, and I was worried about getting chocolate on my teeth.
Okay, I think she actually has a bruise here, right? And I think I will ask about that bruise now. I'll not really ask. I can ask the computer. Would you please kindly tell me about that bruise? Thank you, computer.
Bruise? Oh, yeah, no, it's nothing. I was going through the top cupboard in my kitchen, and the chair slipped, and I kind of hit the door with my face. I mean, it hurt like hell.
Okay, so bruise explanation bullshit. I guess that that is from her thing with Simon right when she killed him. And 2 days later it was gone on the 27th. Because there's Eve there, so I think it's pretty clear that it's Eve on the 27th when the bruise is gone. Yeah.
If one of us got hurt, the other one would have to be hurt too. A grazed knee, a bruise. When I lost my tooth first, we had to pull out Hannah's to match. Once, I slept with a boy who was seeing another girl. The girlfriend came up to Hannah the next day and punched her in the face, gave her a huge black eye. That night, she had to do the same to me. But she almost went too far. I couldn't see out of that eye for days. But she snuck a frozen piece up for me from the kitchen. So much of our bodies was synchronized anyway. We started our period on the same day. All our childhood diseases, stomach bugs, nits.
Wow. Crazy.
This was about 9. I went round and she was waiting for me. She was furious and so angry. The kind of anger you can only have towards yourself. We screamed at each other, argued, cried, we fought. I hit her back, left a bruise. I had my wig on from performing, she tore it off. Eventually, we grew tired of fighting and I left.
Fighting her in... I don't remember how old she was.
This was 9, about 9.
Okay, when they were 9. Fighting at the age of 9. And I forgot something I just realized. And I can't put it in now, which is hair. There's this story about hair as evidence.
What kind of hairs?
Yeah, what kind of hairs? That is the exact question.
A wig? You mean... But what type of wig?
Oh, well...
No, I've never worn a wig. What kind of wig?
Okay. Yeah. Wow. I'm kinda at a point where I don't really know what threats I want to pursue. I feel like I'm hitting a wall a little bit, which is a little sad, actually. Whatever that is, let's look it up.
A mobile phone? Yeah. Well, they have one for the Glaziers, but it's only for work. I can't remember the number. Oh, it's in the kitchen. I saw it plugged into its charging cradle.
Whatever that was all about.
I did. Well, we met when we were 17, both working at the Glaziers.
What is the Glaziers? I would really like to know that. Well, I'm going to look it up after this episode.
No. Everyone loved Simon. He's a Glazier who doesn't have much money. I don't know. I don't know.
Who would want to kill him is the question. Everyone loved Simon. Well, there's one phone related.
Sure. Yes, of course, if that would help. Will you phone the house to let me know when you want to come round? Then I can make sure that I'm there.
Okay, call me when you come around. House. Have a look for house. Okay, there's one new, 27th.
I wasn't in the house.
Okay. Whatever that means. Oh man, I mean, you could just go through and put them all in the right chronology. That would be super freaky to watch the whole interview chronologically ordered. I bet someone is doing that somewhere on the internet. There was a mentioning of plumber earlier. Okay. Friends.
Simon's parents offered to put me up, but I didn't think it would be a good idea. It would be too sad. Not right now. I'm staying at a friend's.
Okay. I still feel I want to know what happened to their parents, and I don't know how to get there. It makes me crazy. I feel like I'm hitting a wall here, so tea, maybe looking for tea helps.
Could I have a cup of tea?
25th cup of tea. Nice.
Maybe a fresh cup of tea?
30th, yeah, cup of tea. She asked for one before on the 30th. I've already written it down.
Oh, okay. I parked up on the street. It was busy, so I parked down the end of the road. I walked up to the house. I knocked on the door. No answer. I took my keys out of my bag, unlocked the door. The main lock was unlocked. I could tell because the key wouldn't turn when I tried to turn it to the left. I walked in. Simon's coat wasn't on the peg. I couldn't see his shoes on the shoe rack. I shouted out for him. I walked straight into the kitchen. He usually sits in there to have a cup of tea and read his paper. He wasn't there. I touched the kettle. It was cold. I looked quickly into the living room. Nothing. I walked upstairs to the bedroom. He wasn't there. I didn't search for him because it was pretty clear he wasn't there. Then I had a shower. Whilst I was in the shower, the phone rang. I think it was Eric, his boss. I didn't answer it. Then I came out and I was just exhausted. So I lay down on the bed and I fell asleep, but I didn't mean to. I woke up a couple of hours later and I was surprised to see no one in the bed next to me. And then I remembered where I was and what had happened. That's when Eric called again. I spoke to him. Then I called Simon's parents. And then I decided to come and see you. That enough?
This is the story we heard before. I was weirded out by the strange level of detail. So this is on the first, and on the first I think it's Eve. Railway, Glasgow, car accident, hospital. Oh, she killed him with a piece of marathon sister. On the first, it was Eve. On the 30th.
Okay. I parked up in the street. It was busy, so I had to park down the end of the road. Walked up, knocked on the door, no answer. I took my keys out of my bag and unlocked the door. The main lock was unlocked. You can tell because the key doesn't turn when you try to turn it to the left. I walked in. Simon's coat wasn't on the peg. I couldn't see his shoes in the shoe rack. I shouted out. I walked straight into the kitchen because he usually sits in there to have a cup of tea and read his paper, but he wasn't there. I touched the kettle. It was cold. I looked quickly in the living room. Nothing. So I walked upstairs to the bedroom and he wasn't there. I didn't search for him because it was pretty clear he wasn't there. I had a shower. The phone rang whilst I was in the shower. I didn't answer it. I think it was Eric. Then I was just exhausted. So I lay down on the bed and I fell asleep, though I didn't mean to. I woke up a couple of hours later and I was surprised to see no one in the bed next to me. And then I remembered where I was and what had happened. That's when Eric called again. This time I spoke to him. Then I called Doug and Eleanor. And then I decided to come and see you. That enough?
Well, it's the same story. I think up to like the little details, the same story. She calls them Doug and Eleanor, and Eve calls them Simon's parents, I think. Other than that, I didn't realize a difference, so this is really weird. I want to look that last one up and put it in this session thing. I can't order them. Oh, I can. I can. That is cool. How does it work again? So this is next to each other. It's 2 seconds difference in the length even only. Wow. These girls are some pretty good actors also. Well, the characters that are played by the one actor, they are good actors too. So I never know what to take serious and what not. And also, look at this. I haven't checked this out even. 1 volume missing. So there's a bunch missing at the end also. We had one new video on detail, didn't we? Let's watch that.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I'm quite a private person and I didn't want to get into the detail of the argument.
You know what I think? I think for the sake of this Let's Play, it would be really good to end it now. If I played this on my own, I would just dig deeper and dig deeper. So I think I'll handle this conundrum by going the middle road, which will be end this episode now. I'll do another episode. And in that, I will just dig deep and edit that so that it's interesting, even if I'm looking for words that don't mean nothing for hours. And when I feel like I have done enough in the game actually to really satisfy my own sense of exploration and knowledge gathering, I will end it and say I'm finished. And then we see how the game will end, because I have no idea how it will. Wow, I don't have any idea how this game works. Neither. I don't know what that is. What am I doing here? Anyway, see you again in the next episode. Bye bye!